Welcome back, Honest Pop Culture fans. Today we are finally going to be reviewing Valentine's horror films. Depending on when you're watching this or when you celebrate Valentine's Day with your loved one, finding a decent horror film that really encapsulates that lovey-dovey bite your neck out of somebody feeling can be a tough find. So today at Honest Pop Culture Reviews, we're going to review the top 5 horror Valentine's Day films to get your groove on with your loved one. Welcome back to Honest Pop Culture Reviews. I'm your host, Jackie K. Today's video is just going to be a little bit different. We're going off script. I have the 5 already mapped out for you, but I think you'll all enjoy it as much as I enjoyed these 5 films. Number 5, Hellraiser. Of course, sadomasochistic Clive Barker Hellraiser is going to be on my Valentine's Day list. It is exactly what some of you BDSM fans might want to watch instead of 50 Shades of Grey. It is bodily revolting. This is actually one of those films that took me a while to watch until I was a little bit more of an adult. I watched the sequel when I was younger. It scared the absolute shit out of me. But Hellraiser has this body gore to it. It has this twisted love story, and it makes you really come to realizations about the people you have in your life and what type of relationship you might strive for. It's not your perfect love story. We can say that much between a few of the characters. But Hellraiser is a fun one. If you haven't watched it in a while, it's not one of my top films that I go and watch every so often. So for Valentine's Day, it's a perfect romantic film for all of your body dysphoria needs, we'll say. Number 4, It Follows. This horror film is all about a sexually transmitted demon, an STD in my opinion, and it is one of the best films on the list. It's number 4 because there's not really a love story in there. It's all about that love and passion making, a lot like Hellraiser, and I think it does a really wonderful job at what it sets out to do. It takes a lot of key moments and even musical score from John Carpenter's Halloween. It's kind of an updated version of Halloween. You have this boogeyman type character shape-shifting, following you after you had unprotected sex with somebody else who also had this demon following them. And the eeriness and the overall feeling of not knowing what decade this is happening in. You know that it's happening in Detroit because of the 8 Mile reference, but it has a lot of different items in it that really just brings it full circle and creates that creepy, eerie atmosphere where you want to be snuggled up to your lover, but at the same time you're like, should I trust your dick if I haven't had sex with you yet? I don't know if I should. Just always review your past sexual history with any of your possible suitors is what I can tell you to get out of It Follows. Number 3, Natural Born Killers. This is one of my favorite films. It has this Bonnie and Clyde-esque Quentin Tarantino feel to it. I believe he was one of the writers. I can fix that in post, right? I can just write down here what Quentin Tarantino actually contributed to Natural Born Killers. But what he did, what the film did, was just glorify these mass murderers, and the film flopped for the time. Nobody realized that it was actually this satirical film about shitty people doing shitty things and getting off on it, and there was actually some people who took it really to heart, and there are people who mimicked Natural Born Killers, which is just really terrifying in my own opinion. But in the end, this is a true love story, guys. Not true, as in this is a true story. It's loosely based off of Bonnie and Clyde. But the Natural Born Killing true love story is that it is a love story that it actually comes to fulfillment. You see Mickey and Mallory traveling across the country, murdering all these people. They have all of these inner fears of themselves. They were both, Mallory was at least sexually abused by her father. It is gut-wrenching, but such a great film. And if you're looking for a horror Valentine's Day film that actually gives you that lovey-dovey feeling with your loved one, I would say watch Natural Born Killers. Number 2, Valentines. This is a film that should probably be more like at number 5. It's not that great of a film. But what it does do is bring the slasher genre to the holiday of Valentine's Day with like this overarching party, these 5 best high school friends who are slowly being picked off. It's got a very early 2000s feel to it. I Know What You Did Last Summer, a little bit of Scream in there. And that's why it's in the 2 spot, because it's actually revolved around the holiday, and it is a horror film where you actually get to see people gutted and murdered, and it is a lot of fun. There's some smaller roles for bigger actors. Angel is in it, Katherine Heigl is in it, or Helgeson? Heigl? I forget. Not the chick from Knocked Up is in it, and a few other really great people. You should definitely check out Valentines if you haven't yet. It might have flew under your radar. I watched it a few years ago when I was in college. I really enjoyed it. I rewatched it again for this list. Not as enjoyable at this age, but when I was in my early 20s, I really dug on it. Honorable mention. Obviously, I gotta throw some Warm Bodies love in here. Although not technically a horror film and more of a zombie Twilight spin-off, the novel is really great. I've read that. And the movie is fun too. I mean, you have this Romeo and Juliet scenario, but with zombies. And if you want something with a little less gore and a little more love, I would suggest Warm Bodies this Valentine's Day. Number 1, My Bloody Valentine. Now, this film is the remake, not the original. You won't hear that often from me. The original's good, but it's from the 70s and it took itself a little too seriously. The remake that came out starring Jensen Ackles does not take itself seriously. It is well aware that it is a B movie, and they go full circle with that, with the kill scenes, with the different love scenes, we could say, and some of the crazy characters that are in there. You really get a solid feeling that these guys had fun filming it and fun writing it, and when it came to the kitschy 3D special effects, they blew it out of the park. My Bloody Valentine is definitely a film that you need to watch every Valentine's Day with your loved one or in a group of friends. If you are celebrating Valentine's Day, watch it with your girlfriends because you guys will be cracking up laughing at this ridiculous film. It is so fun. Well, that's been our list. It was a little different today, a little less cohesive and coherent than I usually like, but I really wanted to get you guys these top 5 films before the holiday was gone. So what did you guys think? What could have been on this list? Please comment below your favorite bloody horror Valentine's Day film. I want to watch something I haven't seen before. I have seen The Entity. That was a close choice on here. Did not put it on though. The Possession is also really great, but it cut off during the last 20 minutes and I couldn't finish it. That was a bummer for me. Anyways, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, show your friends some other form of bloody, disgusting love this holiday, this beautiful Hallmark holiday. You've been watching Honest Pop Culture Reviews. I've been your host, Jackie K, keeping pop culture honest. Hey, Honest Pop Culture fans. Welcome back, Honest Pop Culture fans. Number 3. This is one of my favorite films, and I watch it every Valentine's Day. Every Valentine's Day. Natural Born Killers. I'm gonna have to refix that. And you see Mickey, and you see... Mickey. You see Mickey. I just watched it. Mallory? You see... Okay. Make fun of 3D kitschy designs and... Make fun of 3D kitschy designs and... What's the word I'm looking for? Special effects. Make